Good evening, everybody, and welcome in here on the Buckeye Racing Network. I'm Tyler Bentley. Alongside me in the booth is Tim Henderson. Tim, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing wonderful. How about yourself, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic. We are live once again at the wonderful Eldora Speedway here tonight with the League of Outlaws IMCA style modified division. 8 cars signed in for action here tonight in what's going to be race number 9 in this C Championship Series. So far here in the practice as it's about to wrap up, Jared and James Murphy top the timing board. Landon Newman in 3rd. That's a new face here tonight. Trevor Doyle 4th. AJ Hunsinger 5th. Matt Pridgeon in 6th. Thomas Levister 7th quick. And Austin Warmuth maybe is 8th quick. Another new face here in the series tonight. These drivers get ready to do battle and get ready to head out onto the racetrack for their qualifying efforts here tonight. We'll see as the session switches over. 5 minutes on the clock. Here, we'll see who decides to head out on the racetrack first. Looks like that's maybe Thomas Levister, yeah, in the 22 machine. Familiar purple, black, and neon yellow colors here tonight for Thomas. Trevor Doyle also out on the racetrack now. Thomas going to take the green flag here. Start lap 1. Trevor Doyle taking the green flag as well for his laps. Lap 1 for Thomas is going to be a 17.91. Trevor Doyle's first lap, a little slower at an 18.01 for second quick for him. AJ Hunsinger heading out on the racetrack as well. Thomas's second lap, a little slower. Trevor Doyle's second lap, let's see what he's able to do. He improves to a 17.93, so still second quick. AJ Hunsinger on the racetrack as well, just starting his qualifying effort. Across the line, lap 1 for AJ at a 17.86. Landon Newman, all the meanwhile, also was out on the racetrack. He ran a 17.68, so top of the board for him. Let's see AJ's second lap. See if he's able to improve on that 17.86. Lap 2 a little slower. James Murphy, always a driver to watch here with the League of Outlaws series in familiar colors, red and black. Car 65 here tonight. Matt Pridgeon also out on the racetrack. You see him just ahead of James. Matt Pridgeon ran a 17.90, good for 4th. James, a 17.72, popped up to second quick. All the way down on the inside near the wall. Let's see if he's able to improve here on lap 2. A little slower for both James and Matt here on lap 2. Jared Murphy, last driver to qualify, heads out now. Chase to clue total car count tonight. 8 drivers here with the League of Outlaws IMCA modified division. 8 drivers here tonight at the Eldora Speedway. As Jared comes around the corner to complete lap number 1, Jared Murphy pops up to third quick at a 17.73 on lap 1. Using the bottom just like his brother did here. Lap 2 for Jared. Let's see if he improves. No, just a touch slower, so Jared's going to take third here, and that is going to conclude our qualifying session. All 8 drivers decided to take a time. So we should roll into heat racing action here momentarily. Tim, opening thoughts from you tonight at the Eldora Speedway.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty wild. I just want to watch the race, dude. That's all I'm here for. Very disappointed in the race that I watched earlier. Not on iRacing, but real life, and yeah. So hopefully this makes up for it.
Yeah, absolutely. You got 8 drivers here. Racing always is pretty good with a League of Outlaws, so we'll see as we get through tonight's heat racing action and roll into the feature how everything fares. But Landon Newman qualifies at the top of the board here tonight. As we're going to split the 8 drivers into 2 heats, 4 drivers a heat. Landon Newman, Jared Murphy going to be on the front row of this first heat. Matt Pridgeon, Trevor Doyle on row 2. 8 laps the distance for these drivers. As I said earlier, Landon Newman, I believe, is a new face. Tim, I don't recollect we've seen him run with the League of Outlaws before.
No, I believe he is a new face.
So, and he's going to start on the pole here for the first heat race. Got series regulars Jared Murphy, Trevor Doyle, and Matt Pridgeon all going to be competing here in heat race number 1. Two by two as the field slowly works their way down the back straightaway. Crawling down the back straightaway here before we get the green flag. Pace truck's already off. Landon is in control of the first heat. He fires away. Green flag goes in the air. We're underway here in heat race number 1. Newman out to the early advantage. Jared Murphy, Matt Pridgeon side by side for second. Trevor Doyle following close behindly down the back straightaway. Looks like everybody's going to work down near the inside wall here early on. There's a lot of grip and moisture down there yet to be used up as Jared Murphy, Matt Pridgeon make a little contact through 3 and 4. That'll open the door for Jared to slide on through into second place. Matt Pridgeon falls back to third. As Trevor Doyle trying to keep in touch as he just clips the inside wall out of turn number 4, loses a little bit more time. But as of right now, Jared Murphy, Matt Pridgeon on the hunt to catch back up to the back bumper of that number 8 machine of Landon Newman. All 4 cars running the inside line. Tim, I just don't believe there's anything up high as of yet here early on.
Yeah, it's definitely a different scene from what our last broadcast was here at Eldora. It seemed like the speed was up high, and these guys are just running as close to the wall as they can.
Yeah, absolutely. These IMCA style modifieds working down near the inside wall, which is pretty opposite from this past Monday and Tuesday night with the 360 sprint cars, as most everybody was running up on the cushion near the outside wall. But now we've seen Landon Newman, the heat leader anyways. He was up trying the outside line through 1 and 2, but moved back down to the inside here in 3-4. Now he's going to try the outside once again, but that's going to open the door for Jared Murphy. Looks like Newman's going to keep up the momentum. He bangs off the wall, but keeps going. Still with a car length or so advantage over Jared Murphy. He's going to slide up through the slick stuff. Jared's going to stay committed down low. White flag goes in the air one more time around in heat race number 1. We're going to have a battle for the victory here as Newman with a good run off of turn 2 down the back straightaway was able to pull ahead entering turn 3. Checkered flag. Landon Newman does bring home the heat race 1 victory. Jared Murphy's going to be second, Matt Pridgeon third, and Trevor Doyle fourth. So interesting. Newman was still able to make decent lap time up there, but everybody else stayed committed down low. As heat race number 2 is gridding up. Row 1 is going to be James Murphy and AJ Hunsinger. Row 2, Thomas Levester and Austin Warmuth. As I believe Austin Warmuth, another new face here tonight with the League of Outlaws. So welcome him in. Uh-oh, be careful. And I think he's already damaged that race car. Warmuth came out of the pits and hit the back end of Levester, and the left front on his race car suspension is already damaged, Tim.
Yeah. It's certainly wobbling.
Daniel Wallace, unfortunately tonight's race has already started, so you can't join tonight, but they will be back racing again next Sunday night. If you're interested, we can get you in contact with the right people. Just let us know. We'll get you the league info, Discord info as needed. Well, it looks like Austin's going to try to start this heat race with a damaged left front. James Murphy's going to be in control. Pace truck off. He fires away. Green flag is in the air. 8 laps of distance for this second heat race. Thomas Levester with a good start. Warmuth up into the outside wall. He bangs off of it. He's going to trail the field through 1 and 2. Looks like he decided to tow back to the pit area. We're going to stay green. Levester, Hunsinger still side by side out of turn number 4.
AJ trying to work that outside line, trying to get that momentum down the back stretch. Closes the gap, trying to stay close to the right rear of Levester. Just maybe some contact. Definitely some contact with net code prevailing there.
Uh-oh,
Levester disappears.
At least he reappeared. He's still running second, going straight. Nobody made any contact with him, so no harm, no foul right there. Hunsinger's going to drop all the way down to the inside, try to take a peek to the inside of Levester there, and was not able to. All the meanwhile, James Murphy starting to stretch his advantage up to over 0.8 of a second now as we're halfway home here in heat race number 2. Hunsinger has not given up as he has caught Levester once again, and he has a peek to the inside here out of turn 4. Levester with a little more momentum through the middle. As AJ Hunsinger's not letting Thomas Levester rest here at all. He keeps hounding him for that second position. Back up to race leader James Murphy. White flag goes in the air. 0.9 of a second clear of Thomas Levester as he's going to work through the middle part of the racetrack in 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway and in the middle of 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the air. James Murphy wins heat 2. Thomas Levester is going to come home second. AJ Hunsinger in third, and Austin Warmuth in fourth. 2 good heat races to start tonight. We're going to roll into the 50-lap feature. Fireworks going off down the back straightaway. 50 laps the distance. The starting grid looks like this. Row 1, Landon Newman, James Murphy. Row 2, Jared Murphy, Thomas Levister. Row 3, Matt Pridgeon, AJ Hunsinger. And row 4 is going to be Trevor Doyle and Austin Mormuth. All right, the field begins to roll behind the pace truck here tonight. A couple quick laps of pacing and we will be underway, under the lights, at the world famous Eldora Speedway. Well, I'll tell you, Tim, who is your driver to watch?
Well, you almost have to pick James Murphy, but I'm gonna throw my hat in and say that Landon Newman has a really good shot at coming away with the win here.
Absolutely, he's been quick here tonight, but like I said, you cannot count out James Murphy in the number 65, so that's going to be my one to watch here tonight. Well, you know what? For the first time here on the Buckeye Racing Network, Tim Henderson, why don't you bring us to the green flag to start tonight's feature race?
Landon Newman's going to roll them through 3 and 4 as we pace. And they fire away. Newman gets a great launch, able to get about a car advantage on James Murphy as we got fireworks on the track. Not really fireworks, it looks like flames, but here we go. James Murphy looks to the inside. Landon Newman got a little loose. Jared Murphy also looking to go on the attack for that first place position. We also have a battle for 5th, Matt Pridgeon and Thomas Levister, as James Murphy completes the pass on Landon Newman. Landon Newman runs way up high. Let's see if he can carry that momentum into 3. Not as much as I thought it was gonna help him, but he's making it work up there.
Yeah, absolutely. He's moved up a little bit. That's because he cannot get in line on the bottom. He's got both the Murphy brothers down there. Now there's a gap. Looks like he's going to take advantage of it into 3 and 4 this time. Still runs about a car and a half, 2 cars higher than James Murphy does out of turn 4 with a little more momentum and a run as he's going to challenge for the race lead here out of turn number 2.
He's found something there. It looks like a little more banking, helping him rotate that car all the way around the turn.
Absolutely. Newman leads lap number 6. He's going to stay committed to the middle. James still going to stay committed all the way down near the inside wall. He sees Newman moved up now. He's following in his tire tracks. Jared Murphy, first car all the way down near the inside wall out of turn 4. He's going to challenge his brother for 2nd.
Tell you what, that's what Landon Newman wants to see. He wants to see those 2 Murphy brothers go at it. Try and extend that lead. Newman sliding up the track a little further each lap.
We got a battle brewing for the 4th spot. Matt Pridgeon on the inside, Thomas Levister in the middle. Levister with more momentum. He's going to take the spot. No, they're going to be even entering turn number 3. Levister still in the middle. Pridgeon down on the inside. I'll tell you what, Levister seen Newman get to the race lead. He's running the middle line the same way that Newman did. He's trying to complete the pass on Pridgeon, and he's looking to challenge the 65 machine of James Murphy for 3rd here in short order, and he's going to do so out of turn 2 this time, Tim.
Yeah, that's a line that we didn't see work Monday. I believe it was Monday, Tuesday. We didn't see that line really work much. It was either low or high.
Yeah, absolutely. The middle tonight proving to have a lot of speed. As I look just behind Levister, Austin Warmuth up a couple of spots from last. He's in 6th, and he's going to be challenging Levister and Pridgeon right in front of him, as he's carrying some great momentum through the middle part of the racetrack. He may very well try to split Pridgeon and Levister down the front straightaway. 3 wide at the line for 4th. Warmuth has found something through the middle. Move Warmuth up to 4th. He's setting his sights on 3rd place, James Murphy. Back up front, though, Landon Newman entered low, and he kind of let the car slide up through 1 and 2. Loses a little bit of time, but gains it down the back straightaway. Jared Murphy still comfortably in 2nd, a couple of car lengths ahead of his brother James. Warmuth, Levister, Pridgeon. I don't think the battle for 4th is settled just yet, as now we're going to throw the 65 machine of James Murphy in there. So 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th unsettled.
15 down. We're going to see 35 to go right here. Newman at almost a 2nd.
Yeah, almost a 2nd back to Jared Murphy. Warmuth
made pass on James Murphy.
Absolutely, move Warmuth up to 3rd. And he's looking for more as he's carrying the momentum through the middle part of the racetrack. He has got the back end of Jared Murphy. He's going to be looking for the 2nd place position here out of turn number 4.
Newman better go back to his line that he found. Everyone is copying that line, and they're running it, and it looks like they're starting to run him down.
That they are. Warmuth to 2nd, and I tell you what, he's been the fastest car on the racetrack the past few laps by a couple of tenths. Same story here.
Newman lost 3 tenths right there.
Yeah, Warmuth is coming and in a hurry. Tell you what, look at everybody behind Newman. Newman, Warmuth, Murphy, both the Murphy brothers, and Levister all running the same line. Matt Pridgeon, the first car, running a little lower.
Newman under attack. Warmuth slides right up in front of Newman. Wow. Jared Murphy makes contact with Newman.
Jared Murphy's going to try to do a 2-for-1 down the back straightaway. He was 3rd. He's looking for the race lead. He is underneath Austin Warmuth as they come to the line in a dead heat for the race lead. What fantastic racing here tonight from Eldora with the League of Outlaws. These drivers are putting on a heck of a show. Look at Newman. He's trying to carry the momentum around the outside of turn 4. He had a peek to the outside of Warmuth, but he had to jump out of the throttle because Warmuth shut the door on him abruptly. They kept from catastrophe happening the last time around.
Yeah, Warmuth just wants to be able to do the same to Jared. Just he wants to have full control of this race.
I'll tell you what, our top 6 cars all running within 1 second of each other.
Oh, Newman into the wall.
Newman had to gather the race car in. He didn't lose any spots. He's still carrying a bunch of momentum as he is right up on the cushion where most everybody typically likes to run around this speedway. And I'm telling you what, he is carrying some big time momentum up there as he's going to challenge for the race lead, maybe this time out of turn 2.
Check up going into 3 a little bit. James following Newman. Maybe a little bump draft all the way down the front stretch as Newman stuck to the wall.
He had to pull that car off the wall. He's going to be side by side with Jared Murphy. Look at James Murphy coming back into the picture here. We're just past the halfway point. We know James has been saving his tire. Now, he said it's go time. As it's just 23 laps to go, he moves all the way up to the outside line.
Oh. 3 wide. Wow.
Great racing up front. We couldn't have asked for a better night. 3 wide now for second. As Landon Newman clears the Murphy brothers. Warmuth trying to fend off everybody behind him. That's going to be a tall task here in the closing laps. I think, Tim, these final 20 laps is going to show who's been able to save a little bit of right rear tire and what line has the most grip.
Newman down to the inside, had the door closed on him. He slides right back up to the high side. They're dead even going into 3. Warmuth kind of slides up, allows Newman to get by. Contact between our second and third place runners, James Murphy and Ken Warmuth, as James is going to try and he looked to the outside, and boy, did that close up quickly.
Absolutely. James taking no prisoners since he moved up to the outside line. He is trying to close in on Landon Newman and is doing so. Warmuth under attack from Jared Murphy as Jared Murphy works the middle part of the racetrack. Murphy now follows up in line behind the top 3. They're trying to put a little bit of a gap to Matt Bridgen and are doing so. Matt Bridgen, Thomas Levis are 5th and 6th. Quick check back here. Trevor Doyle, AJ Hunsinger running side by side back in 7th and 8th.
Oh, James Murphy slides into 1, and Newman got in the wall. That allowed James to complete that pass. New leader, James Murphy, is Newman's back into the wall again. Warmuth looking to take advantage.
Warmuth is going to take advantage into turn 1 as he slides up in front of Newman. Newman is struggling a little bit getting that car into the outside wall. He's now under fire from Jared Murphy. Jared Murphy's going to throw a slider through 3 right up across the nose of Newman. Newman's looking for the crossover back into 1. Newman drops it down low, slides the car up to the outside, completes the pass. Jared Murphy with a good run out of turn 2, crossing him over as they enter turn 3. Looks like Jared Murphy and Landon Newman's going to continue to swap the 3rd place position between themselves. That's going to allow James Murphy and Austin Warmuth to put some distance between themselves and that battle for 3rd. But this just goes back to what did I say and what did you even say, Tim? You cannot count out James Murphy.
No, you can't. Oh, we got a yellow.
This is going to change things.
Looks like it involved AJ.
Yeah, we'll take a look at exactly what happened. AJ Hunsinger, Trevor Doyle was battling back for 7th and 8th. They get into turn 3, and AJ just gets some help from Trevor Doyle. It looks like Trevor Doyle gave AJ a little bit of help into turn 3. AJ locked it down and came to a stop at the inside of 3 and 4, but it was enough for the yellow flag to be displayed. But no major damage to either Trevor Doyle or AJ Hunsinger, so both drivers will be able to continue no problem. Both Trevor Doyle and AJ Hunsinger bring their cars into the pit area. Trevor Doyle's heading back out there. He rejoins the field. AJ Hunsinger, though, still in the pit area. Hopefully he's able to get out there and return. Still have at least one more pace lap. The lights are still on the pace truck. Well, while we have a second, what a charge we've seen from Austin Warmuth here in tonight's feature. From 8th to 6th, carried a ton of momentum and speed through the middle, led some laps. James Murphy saved his tire running the inside for the first half of this race. He's since moved up all the way to the cushion and was setting some really quick lap times there before the yellow flag came out. Landon Newman led quite a bit there as well. Jared Murphy's going to be in 4th, Matt Bridge in 5th, Thomas Levister 6th, Trevor Doyle in 7th. Just wonder how much damage AJ Hunsinger currently has, as he's still in the pit lane. Almost been in there for 2 minutes total time, so. This time the lights do go out on the pace truck, so. Looks like AJ finally able to rejoin the track. Just in time for the restart. Pace truck peels off. Green flag is back in the air, just 11 laps to go in tonight's 50-lap feature event. Murphy going to slide up right across the nose of Austin Warmuth. Warmuth, let's see what he tries to do in the 3. He's going to follow James Murphy up on the cushion. Look at Landon Newman with a big slider. Out of turn 4, almost was able to clear Warmuth for second, but he's going to try it again here into 1 and 2. Not quite able to clear Warmuth again. That's going to allow James Murphy to kind of separate himself from Newman and Warmuth. Newman this time executes the slide job. He moves into second. Warmuth slides back to third, but Warmuth looking for more as he makes contact with Newman as they both entered really tight to each other into turn 1. Look at Jared Murphy throwing a big slider of his own, move him up to second. Warmuth with the crossover down the front straightaway. These drivers are going to have to settle out. Who's going to be in second? Newman with a massive slider. That's going to stack up Warmuth and Jared Murphy. Both of those drivers are able to gather it back in, though. Out front, James Murphy up to a second advantage as the battle for second is definitely unsettled here into 1. Let's see if Warmuth tries a big slider. No, he's going to enter as close as he can to Newman. Newman with the advantage on the front straightaway. He plays kind of a defensive driving line. Jared Murphy with a big run through 1 and 2. He gets into the back of Newman. Murphy has to check up. Warmuth as well. That.
Oh. Wow.
Jared Murphy, Austin Warmuth, they were banging wheels through 3 and 4. Matt Pridgeon throwing a big-time slider. Big contact everywhere. Warmuth. He tags Trevor Doyle. Warmuth is stopped out of turn 2. Yellow flag's going to be displayed for the second time here tonight. Man, I'm surprised we didn't end up with a yellow sooner, because these guys were throwing haymakers at one another, tapping tires and wheels, and I mean, look at into 1 here. Warmuth and had Pridgeon underneath of him. Both of the drivers were sliding up.
Pinball machine. That getting bounced all over the place here.
Absolutely. Warmuth tried to slide all the way up, but Jared Murphy did not give him the line, and so those two make contact, pretty good contact, Warmuth and Murphy. When Warmuth got spun all the way around, he tagged the back end of Trevor Doyle and spun him all the way around. So just craziness here in the closing laps at Eldora. as it looks like Jared Murphy has brought his car down to the attention of his crew in the work area. Tim, I expect nothing different here in these final 5 laps, especially once we get the restart. Looks like they're going to add at least 1 lap of yellow. James Murphy, Landon Newman, Matt Pridgeon, Trevor Doyle, AJ Hunsinger, Thomas Levister, Austin Warmuth, and Jared Murphy. Looks like Austin Warmuth decides to head into the pit area as well. Jared Murphy is rejoining the field, as there's no guaranteed time in the pits for now. Warmuth not going to be able to rejoin in time. Pace truck's going to peel off. Newman taking a peek to the inside. Got to be careful, though, doing that. Green flag back in the air. Jared Murphy leads the charge down into turns 1 and 2. Big haymaker slider from Newman into turn 1. Wasn't quite able to clear James Murphy that time. He's going to have to jump up in line and gather some momentum here in the closing laps. Matt Pridgeon follows closely behind our front 2 in third. AJ Hunsinger had a peek below Matt Pridgeon for third. Looks like Landon Newman runs the middle of the track through 1 and 2. Still going to do the same at 3 and 4, but use a little bit of a slider line. But now he's being challenged from Matt Pridgeon in the 14. Pridgeon looks underneath of him. Newman got into the outside wall. There's only a couple of laps to go. AJ Hunsinger, he's looking to challenge for a podium position here tonight as the white flag goes in the air for James Murphy up front. James comfortably 9/10 of a second ahead of the field, as is a big time challenge for fourth on back. Out of turns 3 and 4, James Murphy wins tonight at Eldora. Matt Pridgeon comes home second. Landon Newman will be third. We'll get to talk to those fellas in just a moment. AJ Hunsinger comes home fourth. Trevor Doyle fifth. Thomas Levister sixth. Austin Warmuth in seventh. Jared Murphy comes home in the 8th place position here tonight. As our top 3 stops on the front straightaway, we will get a word in with them momentarily. We're going to step away for just a moment to get a word from our partners, Premier Racing Setups. All right, everybody, welcome back here to the Buckeye Racing Network. We're going to get a word in with our top 3 here tonight. Well, maybe. Well, yep, we do have all top 3 available. We're going to start off with our 3rd place finisher, Landon Newman. Hey, Landon, it's Tyler and Tim up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you loud and clear.
All right, man. What a feature event here. That was packed full of action for all 50 laps. You got up front, was able to lead a few, still was able to finish on the podium. What did you need there in the closing laps to challenge for the win?
Really, like the track was the first like 20 laps with getting air pressure built up in the tires. You had to be more middle to the bottom. So I don't know. Once they started getting around me, I don't know. I didn't realize it was 50 laps until about 20 in. I was like, oh, I'm already up here on the top, and I kind of burned all my tires away for where I really needed them with them late race cautions.
Yeah, absolutely. So tire wear did play advantage some here tonight. Tim, do you have anything to ask Landon?
Yeah. Do you think uh, with that tire wear being such a factor, when do you think would have been the right time? What lap would have been the right lap to make the move up there?
Um, I don't know. It's hard to tell with these things. Like I said, I don't know. I don't drive these things a whole lot, but you only got 8 inches of tire and it's 50 laps. They're gonna blow off quick. So I would, I tried to go 25 and 25. 25 save the first 25 and then try to rip it the last 25. But that wasn't the case. So next time I know I'd probably save till 30, 35.
Yeah, absolutely, Landon. Still a solid run for you here tonight. Before we let you go, who would you like to thank?
I'd like to thank all the guys at House of Speed, Dylan Hauser, Colton Herbert. There's a bunch of them over there. Make sure to check out the Spring Fling. House of Speed's probably going to be on top of it. Yeah, that's about it.
All righty, man. Well, we appreciate you getting a word in here with us, and we'll let you celebrate your third place finish.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Oops, sorry about that, Tim. I was trying to do some dragging and accidentally dragged you.
That's that's got to be the first.
Yeah, I think that is a first here on the channel for us. But nonetheless, no harm, no foul. We're going to move on, though, and get a word in with our second place finisher, Matt Pridgeon. Hey, Matt, it's Tyler and Tim up in the booth. You got a copy? Hey, Matt, it's Tyler and Tim up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
All right, man. What a run for you here tonight. Was able to finish on the podium in second place spot. Those late yellows definitely benefited you because you were kind of in a scramble there for fourth, fifth, and sixth with yourself, Thomas Levister, and others back there. We got the late yellow, and you were able to move up a couple extra spots there into second. What benefited you there in the closing laps?
Well, and when these cars are pretty. It's a fixed setup, so everybody's running the same thing. So we're all running pretty much the same time. So when we spread out, it's so much harder to pass people. When everybody's jumbled up and everybody's lines is mixing together with each other, it, it's easy for me to pick apart what they're doing and trying to shoot it down. That last caution, I was involved in a little bit of contact, but I mean, I got to watch the replay, but in my head, I get a run coming off of four, and I know we're more than likely going to be three wide going into one, so I'm trying to hug the inside wall. I think the guy that was in the middle was thought he was clear and was going to throw a slide job and just bounced off of me and caused a lot of mayhem. But I kind of got to watch the replay on that, see what happened. But yeah, I mean, fun race. Really wasn't expecting a finish like this. It was a tire saving track. I'm not good at that. It's a big track, and I'm more of a bull ring guy. So, um, pretty happy to come out second place here.
Yeah, absolutely. A great run for you. Tim, do you have anything to ask Matt?
Yeah, you laid back pretty much the whole time. What was the key to making these passes, and did you think that tire saving was going to be the major factor for this race?
I mean, I knew it was going to be a little bit of a factor. Um, I probably started pushing a little bit too soon. I want to say I started pushing around lap 20, but honestly, I haven't seen what my tire wear was at, but honestly, timing and positioning was pretty key to what went down just now.
Yeah, absolutely. It sure was. Before we let you go here tonight, Matt, who would you like to thank?
I'd like to thank you guys for broadcasting this. AJ for putting this series on. Like I say, it's a fun series that people should come join. If you got your iRacing set up at home, it's a fun league. A lot of clean racing going on here. But I'd like to thank my girlfriend watching at home, and my friend talking dirt on Facebook with Ryan Williams. So that should be about it.
All right, Matt. Well, congratulations on the second place finish. We'll let you celebrate it.
Thank you guys. Y'all have a good one.
You as well. All right, now we'll move on to talk to our race winner, James Murphy. Hey, James, it's Tyler and Tim up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, man. Another fantastic race for you here tonight, bringing home another checkered flag this season. Couple of things. How does that feel? And I know I saw you kind of take it easy at least the first half of tonight's feature. Kind of ran the inside to save some tire, and then you were able to move up to that cushion and just let her rip and move back up to the race lead.
It always feels good when you in the night in victory lane, and yeah, I took off, and I knew the tire was gonna be a problem here, so I took it easy and got about halfway there, and he was getting pretty far ahead out there, so I decided I need to see if I can't run him down a little bit, and I was able to, and then we had a really good race for the lead right there, and I was able to end on top.
Absolutely. It was fantastic racing here in our top the top 6 or so here tonight. Great battling for the race lead in the closing laps. Tim, do you have anything to ask James?
Yeah. What was your expectations going into tonight's race?
Well, I think everybody expects to win every race, but I know it's not doable. But I knew the track was gonna get good and racy, so I did some practice here, and I figured it'd be on the bottom a lot longer than it was. But everybody started moving up and really carrying the speed, and so I had to follow them. And I used more tire than I wanted to at the beginning, so I was just able to hold on to it at the end.
Absolutely, you sure did that. James, before we let you go, who would you like to thank?
I'd like to thank y'all for broadcasting and everybody with the League of Outlaws and AJ Hunsinger with the rap and Talking Dirt.
All right, fantastic race for you tonight. James, we'll let you celebrate that victory.
Thank y'all.
All right, we got our top 3 interviewed as we bring the night to a close once again at the Eldora Speedway and with the League of Outlaws. Closing thoughts from you, Tim.
Just absolutely a fantastic night of racing.
It sure was. We saw 2 3-wide action, great battles for the lead, 50 laps, 50 long laps, but great racing from the Eldora Speedway. Like the driver said, if you're looking for a dirt league, if you're interested in running, these are a custom fixed set. So come on out, give the League of Outlaws a try. They put on really good racing, it's really clean, and I'm sure you'll have a whale of a time. And like I said earlier in the broadcast, if you need any info for the League of Outlaws, reach out to us here on the Buckeye Racing Network, and we will get you in contact with the correct people. That's going to about do it for us here tonight. Upcoming this week on the Buckeye Racing Network, Tuesday night we have the STRR Open Setup 305 Sprint Car Division. And on Thursday night, we have STRR's Open Setup Limited Late Model Division. Both of those races will be live about 9 o'clock Eastern, so come out and join us for those. And, of course, next week on Sunday night, back with the League of Outlaws in their next race. But for Tim Henderson, I'm Tyler Bentley. We're going to sign on off. Good night, everybody.